The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice.
And 100% Math. Invest in your child's academic success. Visit 100%math.com or call 547-9817.
And now, Radio Cayman presents The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. Here's your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How was the long weekend for everybody? Very wet, I'm sure. Mine was spent mostly indoors, trying to recover from a bit of a cold that I had over the weekend. So happy to be here this morning. Good morning, everybody again. Everybody who's on their way into work, be cautious on the road, be a little safe. It's a little wet out there. It might be raining in some parts. It wasn't really raining in Georgetown, so happy to say that. But I know it's a little wet out there, so just be careful when you're out there. I'm your host of the Business Buzz this morning. I'm Kathy Miller, and we're going to be talking with Miss Jennifer West. She is the General Manager of Meals on Wheels. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning, Kathy.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How was the long weekend for you?
Wet. And luckily I was able to spend some time indoors. However, not all of it. We did end up doing some meal deliveries over the weekend. So
right. I mean, it's part of what you do, so it's got to happen. Tell us. So I know your role is manager for Meals on Wheels, but give us a little bit of background for this nonprofit, your mission, the whole kind of drive behind it.
So Meals on Wheels was started in Cayman in 1997. It is an international organization. We are members of Meals on Wheels America. And Meals on Wheels essentially provides nutrition and meals to seniors and infirm and homebound on a daily basis. So here in Cayman right now, we currently serve between 330 and 350 seniors every single day across all 5 districts. However, we like to tell people it is so much more than just a meal. Because when the volunteer delivers that meal to the senior, it is a connection. So that social interaction with people who are out and about. A lot of our seniors don't have a place to go during the day, so they're home alone and listening to the radio. So good morning to all our seniors who are listening. And just checking on the well-being of that senior, finding out if they need anything. Last week, for example, with all the rains, we had one group of people on the phones checking on our seniors, other people knocking on their doors just to make sure they were okay, getting meals out to them. So really our service is so much more than just a meal.
350, you're up to 350 seniors.
That is unfortunately the correct number.
That is a lot.
That is a lot.
How does this happen? How does one become eligible, I guess, for Meals on Wheels?
Well, Meals on Wheels is essentially for our seniors. So anyone 65 and over can be referred or can apply for themselves. On top of that 350, we do have a waiting list as well. So there is much more need than we have capacity for. Capacity is not just financially, because the meals are provided free of charge to the seniors. However, we all know the cost of food right now is not cheap and only continues to rise. So we can get referrals on a daily basis from anyone. You could be concerned about a neighbor and say, hey, I think that they would benefit from Meals on Wheels. Seniors refer themselves. We get referrals from other agencies like Jasmine or the Cancer Society to provide meals for their clients also, or from the healthcare practitioners. And so when you know that someone could benefit from Meals on Wheels is when you can apply or apply on their behalf. And we do a phone call, a home visit to continue the process and determine your need for the meals.
So I assume it's one delivery per day, because more than one would be a little crazy.
One delivery per day. And so
how many meals?
You get one meal and a hot soup. Some people get porridge instead of soup, or depending on your dietary needs, because not all the seniors eat the same thing.
Right.
Not all the seniors have the same medical provisions. You do have allergies. You have some that can only have soft foods. You have people who might not eat a particular type of meat, or you have vegetarians or pescatarians. But each day the meal is provided for that individual senior, and it comes with a cup of soup, On other days, in addition to the soup, you might get fresh bread like they did last week, thanks to Island Taste. Shout out to Island Taste for providing fresh dinner rolls for all of our seniors. We provide fruits, and on the long weekends and over Christmas and things like that, we also do big grocery bags. Just this weekend, we also had SEPA, members of SEPA, packing hurricane supplies. We are officially in hurricane season. And we know that a lot of our seniors do not evacuate.
Right.
Because I was born in this house.
Right.
And I'm staying in this house.
Yes.
So we try to make sure that those who are in vulnerable situations or they're on their own, if there comes a time where weather comes in and we're not able to get to the seniors to deliver meals to them, they still have access to food at home. So there's so much going on in this organization on a daily basis. We really know that we're an essential part of the needs in our society, and I'm privileged to be a part of helping solve some of these issues.
Because that happened last week. I think it was last Monday. We had like some crazy rain that fell. Like the weather came.
Crazy rain.
And I remember somebody on behalf of Meals on Wheels reached out to us and said, "Can you please get an announcement out, let our seniors know that they will be having their meals delivered a little later than usual, maybe, but they're going to come no matter what."
Absolutely.
So when something like that happens, what is the contingency plan? How do you get out there? Because I mean, it could be flooding in areas. Some of your volunteers might not be able to help out.
Right. So last week was a prime example. The weather came in a bit sooner in the season than we expected.
Yep.
But groceries. So on a weekly basis, those who are in need of supplemental groceries will get grocery bags. Some people don't have a kitchen or a microwave or, provisions in the place where they live to even get groceries and be able to warm something up. So for those people, we know that we still need to get meals out to them. A lot of roads were closed. A lot of areas were inaccessible.
Right.
A lot of our amazing volunteers drive little cars.
Yeah.
So they could not get to the areas where we have seniors. So a shout out to the regiment and the Cayman Islands Red Cross that took their awesome Hilux trucks through and got rubber boots on. And for those of our big truck volunteers, a few of our volunteers that are members of Jeep 345 took their, high trucks that can manage the waters and went and made sure that those seniors who did need meals still were able to get those meals delivered to their door.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's great. Jeep 345, you still haven't accepted me into your club yet. I know I don't have a Jeep, I have a Jimny, but still, I could be of use in times like this, I think that's pretty incredible. You have a pretty good team behind you. How many would you say that are involved in Meals on Wheels? How many volunteers do you have on a daily basis? What does it take to get it done?
On a daily basis, we have 30 volunteers across the island. A minimum of 30 volunteers.
Are they assigned to districts?
So if someone signs up to volunteer, they get assigned not only a district, because we want to make sure that you don't just get assigned a district, that you're available to deliver in that area. So if you live or work in East End, you might say, "Hey, I prefer to deliver or work in this area, volunteer in this area." The majority of our volunteers are obviously working between Georgetown and West Bay. So we do have a need for more volunteers in our eastern districts. But a volunteer will deliver one day a week, and they'll be assigned to a particular district and a particular route. So you would always deliver on your weekly route to the same people. And that helps with developing those relationships,
right,
forming those bonds, checking on the senior. I love Derek Haynes. He's been delivering with Meals on Wheels for over 25 years.
Wow.
And he loves to tell people, he's got people on his route that are anxiously awaiting every week because he's got to bring his phone and show them updated pictures of his grandkids. And, that is one volunteer of hundreds, but that is exactly what it is. It's developing those relationships, those seniors kind of connecting with the outside world and your world, because they're not just interested in the food. The food is almost secondary in some cases. They are so looking forward to that visit and that conversation.
Right.
We all know what it was to be stuck at home during COVID.
Yes.
And not be able to go visit family and friends. For a lot of our seniors, that is their daily reality. They don't have cars. They don't have smartphones connected to internet, so that, we're always in the know at the palm of our hand. Our volunteers are the information for the seniors. Getting a newspaper delivered on Friday, shout out to Compass, who every Friday we deliver a compass to the seniors. For some of us, we think, we already read it online. Our seniors don't have that privilege.
Right.
So our daily newspaper or our daily information comes through radio, the papers, and definitely our volunteers are the source of what is going on, not just in Cayman and in the world, but in their own personal lives. And there's nothing more important than that personal touch.
I think you make such a good point there. The human connection is so important, and yes, especially for us who are a lot of us who aren't seniors and might be very used to interacting with people on an everyday basis, whether we want to or not. We might be introverts, who knows? But that thing with COVID, when you could not leave your house or your yard or whatever it might be, and sometimes you just didn't interact with people for days. You wouldn't even see another human for days. Exactly. You might peep somebody in your little half-hour or hour exercise that you were allowed to be out, on the 3 days a week that you were allowed to. But it was still pretty rare. And I think, if anything, that really taught us how much human connection is so important. Just really actually human touch, human connection, hearing somebody's voice and talking to them is just so important. So I'm glad that your volunteers are able to establish these relationships with our seniors in our community, because I don't know why, but I understand that sometimes seniors are forgotten about, and almost as if, oh, okay, well, you're not as fast anymore, and maybe you don't necessarily contribute as much. But does that make them less of a human? Not at all.
It does not make them less of a human at all. But you are correct. Yeah. Our seniors are unfortunately forgotten. Yeah. And they're very smart. Our seniors are very spunky. I think when somebody goes out the first time to deliver, they're expecting very frail and, people who are pitying themselves. Oh, no. Our seniors are incredible. They tell stories. Our history is not written in a whole lot of books. Our seniors tell stories to our volunteers that we wish we could do a better job of capturing. They are resilient. They are positive. They look at life, and yes, things are scary and what's going on, but they inspire us to, really thrive and succeed. We wouldn't have the Cayman we have without our seniors. So it is unfortunate that for a lot of our seniors, they are forgotten. For a lot of our seniors, family members, unfortunately, put them to the side because we ourselves are so busy trying to parent and work and get everything done. But we do need to prioritize. We wouldn't be where we are without our seniors, whether it's, one generation, our own parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents. For a lot of us, we don't have grandparents. I know for a lot of our volunteers, they are living in Cayman without grandparents for their kids. And so right now, even in the summer on school breaks, one of the great things that happens is a lot of kids will go out and deliver with their parents. My own sons were out delivering on Saturday. And, the first stop they went to is one of the seniors that he's been with us for a very short time, but we can see a steady decline in his health, unfortunately. But my kids walked away just saying he was such a kind man. And he's saying, he's having these health struggles and he's so grateful for this, for Meals on Wheels and coming to spend time with him and deliver some food. But my kids walked away understanding that they have nothing to complain about. They have a fridge that they can open and get food out of. They can go wherever they want because they have a mom that will drive them there. And they have company. They go out and see people. For a lot of our seniors, the only person that they see all day long is that Meals on Wheels volunteer. You cannot put a price on that. Unfortunately, it does cost us a lot of money every single day to provide meals for our seniors. And there are a lot of charities on this island looking for funds. But I would like to encourage everyone listening to put the value on what it is for the country that we live in and the people who brought us where we are.
That is beautiful words right there, Jennifer. Thank you. We have to segue right now from that into a commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to learn about what it takes really to fundraising wise, the money wise that goes behind Meals on Wheels, the partnerships that you have. You have a big event happening. So we're gonna hear about that when we come back from the commercial break.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series. Brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, he hath founded it upon the seas.
Since its early beginning, the Cayman Islands tourism product has targeted middle to upper class segments. In 1949, Benson Greenwald, a wealthy British visitor, began construction on the empty West Bay beach of the Galleon Beach Hotel with a dozen rooms. Greenwald was instrumental in the passage of the Caymanian Hotel Aids Law of 1950, which provided exemptions from import duties and taxes for anyone building a hotel with more than 10 rooms. Along with the Galleon, the new law kick-started the development fury with Marin's Seaview Lodge and Pageant Beach Hotel. By 1960, there were 9 hotels, clubs, and guest houses in the Cayman Islands.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's historical vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
Investing in our children's academic success and future career is a no-brainer. Isn't it time we stop with the excuses? With 100% math, you can take charge now. There's no reason for your children to fall behind in math again. Since 2011, 100% Math has prepared students for exams in IB, HL, SL Math, and CSEC and enrichment programs for gifted students. Visit 100%math.com or call or WhatsApp 547-9817. That's 547-9817. No more excuses. Set your child up for success today with 100% Math.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the people's station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
The Business Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller. Business Buzz.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Business Buzz. My name is Kathy Miller. I am your host for the Business Buzz, and in studio with me this morning, I have Jennifer West. She's the general manager for Meals on Wheels. We were just talking a little bit about the history of Meals on Wheels, the importance of the volunteers, the up to 350 seniors that they serve every single day, rain or shine, public holiday or not, I think. Am I right?
Well, we usually don't deliver on public holidays.
Okay.
But that's where our neighbors come in.
Okay.
That is where our grocery bags that we send out on a Friday come in.
Yeah. Okay.
But this weekend we were out delivering.
All right. It's a really big effort behind Meals on Wheels. I'm kind of sitting there like, how do you make this happen? What kind of partnerships do you have to make it happen? Whether it's with grocery stores or, like you mentioned, Island Taste donated some dinner rolls last week. So what kind of partnerships do you rely on to really make this happen?
So we operate 4 kitchens across the community on a daily basis. So that is the core of where our meals are coming from. However, on a monthly basis, we have the Ritz-Carlton, who for, I think now 12 years, has donated meals once a month, the last Monday of every month. And Marriott came on board 2 years ago, and they're actually right now in their kitchens prepping amazing food for our seniors. And so the Marriott and the Ritz, their kitchens will cook the food, package the food, and their staff will go and deliver the meals to our volunteers. So those are 2 of the incredible partnerships that is not just giving the food, but they're giving their staff the time to go out and volunteer. Island Taste has taken on days. We have companies that have sponsored days where they provide the meals for the day, and then our kitchens will prepare those. Most of our funds come from our fundraising events. We do get a grant from the government, so thank you to the Ministry of Social Development. That grant covers about 12% of our overall food budget. This weekend we were out at Cost You Less collecting hurricane and food supplies and getting people to sign up for our upcoming event. So really it does take the entire community. It takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, because we can't depend on just one person to provide everything that we need. So really it is Cost You Less, the fosters who allows us to be outside. It is the organizations who sometimes has too much and they call Meals on Wheels and says, can you use this? But we are actually very reliant on financial contributions so that we can go and purchase what is needed. Because sometimes when somebody calls to say, hey, we have 3 leftover birthday cakes, can you take it? Unfortunately, our seniors' dietary needs does not always align with what is being offered for donation.
You can call me in those instances. I will take the birthday cakes.
Sometimes we call up our volunteers and like, hey, you want to come celebrate? But really it is organizations, individuals. We have individuals who faithfully every single month will pledge $150 to feed a senior for the month. So really it is everybody across the community who makes this happen.
What is your annual budget, food budget, when it comes down to it? Because the inflation as well, that had to have hit you hard.
We're going to break it down a little bit smaller. On a daily basis, it costs us $2,500 to feed our seniors.
Wow.
Every day.
$2,500 every day. That's Cayman Islands dollars right there.
That is CI dollars.
Wow, that's a lot.
When we talk about our upcoming Wheels for Meals event, we encourage teams to set a goal of $2,500. And some people kind of went, well, why? Well, that's why.
That's why.
It's because each team could actually then provide meals for a whole day.
Okay, let's talk about that. Yeah. We only have a few minutes, so we have a big event coming up. Wheels on Meals, or Wheels for Meals. This is going to be really a tongue twister. I can't even say tongue twister this morning either. Wow. Okay, Wheels for Meals. So give us some information about this fundraising event.
Okay, so Wheels for Meals was started just last year. And this was thanks to the 2023 Chamber of Commerce Leadership Cayman class, who selected Meals on Wheels as their charity that they wanted to support. And they decided to come up with a creative event that tied in with what we do. And of course, wheels is what we do because we're always spinning. And so they came up with this event, and it was a fun event. It was very successful. And so we decided to keep it on as one of our signature fundraising events. So this weekend at Vital, Spin Bar, and Yoga Den, we are looking forward to having a full house. We still have space for some teams, so anybody can form a team. And your goal is $2,500. However, it costs nothing for you to register a team. And each individual on the team is going to try their very best to raise as much as possible. And then each member from the team will sign up to participate in one fitness class at least. Now, some people have gone, I am not fit enough to do this. However, I can assure you there is something for everyone. We have Zumba, which is for kids specifically. So even those of us who feel that we can't keep up with a spinning class, we can come out and do the kids Zumba. We've got yoga. We've got spinning sessions. We've got soca size fitness. So there really is something for everyone. So there are going to be 2 classes running simultaneously between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. So every hour on the hour, we're going to be starting a different fitness class. And so each team member can choose which class they're going to come to. Now, there are some brave people who are going to do the entire 5 hours on their own. So anybody is welcome to take up that mantle.
Very
and that
fit
challenge.
people, yes. We applaud you.
And strangely enough, sometimes it's not the fit people that do it. Sometimes it is the people who really understand what it is to make a sacrifice. And they're doing this because they're going to raise either the funds on their own or they've split up their responsibilities. But really at the core of it is, I am doing this for the cause.
So as an individual that's signing up and doing this, well, you have to register a team.
Well, you have to register a team, but if you're the only one on the team, then that's also fine.
Okay.
Then you are the team.
And then how do I do it? Am I given like a piece of paper, or some sort of a info that I go to somebody and say, hey, Susan, I want you to sponsor me in my efforts for Wheels for Meals this Saturday. I'm going to do some yoga. I'm going to do some spinning. I'm going to do some Zumba. Is that what I do?
Exactly.
And she just gives me whatever money?
Exactly.
Right.
So once you have signed up, we send you out a cover letter with ways and creative ideas of how you could raise your funds. If you signed up a team today, hey, you could set up a cookie jar here at Radio Cayman and say, hey, everybody, you put up your flyer. I'm participating in Wheels for Meals this weekend, and I'm trying to raise $2,500. If I can raise that money, then we're going to have a Radio Cayman meal delivery day where they're going to name the day after Radio Cayman. And so, hey, chip in your leftover coins after lunch or bring in a specific amount. You can also donate online, and you give people the name of your team. So when they donate online, we know that fund that is allocated directly to you.
Okay.
Other people have registered directly through their company. So the companies are sponsoring the team, and then team members on top of the amount that is sponsored by the company will continue to raise funds. So some people will fall short of the $2,500. But that's okay. What we also want people to do is talk about Meals on Wheels. Every time you go to talk to somebody about the event, you're telling them about Meals on Wheels and why it's important. So raising awareness is as important as raising the funds.
Okay. Now, if people wanted to sign up, get involved, it's this weekend. So how do people sign up? What are the details there?
You can visit our website, www.mealsonwheels.ky. And you can click on the events link, or you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. And the registration link is there. And the registration link is real simple. All you're doing is giving us your name, your email address, your phone number, and the name of your team. When you register, you don't even necessarily need to know who your teammates are going to be yet. Okay. You might need to go, and
it just might be you.
It might just be you.
That's all right.
So the registration is real simple. You don't have to pay anything when you register. And we will send you an email with information of how to encourage people, different options and ideas for raising funds, the information for the day. And it's going to be a fun event. Last year was incredible. We'll have some rocking chairs for those of you who might just want to come hang out for a little bit. We will have raffle prizes and giveaways and photos. It's really a family fun event. So come out, bring the kids. You can drop in as well. So we know that sometimes people might not be as organized as we want to be because time is going so fast. And having 2 classes available simultaneously, as long as we still have space, because at this point we do have space, but we are hoping that our team spots will fill up. You can just drop by, come buy a raffle ticket, come hang out with us for a while, come sign up to volunteer or learn more about how you can get involved with Meals on Wheels in the community.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. We got to go to the 8 a.m. news now, but thank you again. And it's mealsonwheels.ky?
Correct.
All right, mealsonwheels.ky if you want to sign up. I think this is a super great initiative. As you said, it takes at least $2,500 per day for you guys to be able to do what you do in serving the community, which is up to 350 seniors every single day. So they need your support, Cayman. So everybody check them out, mealsonwheels.ky for their Wheels for Meals fundraiser this weekend. All right. Thanks for joining us this morning, Jennifer.
Thanks for having me.
Studio time now by Foster's is 8:01.
You're on the go? The experienced team at Foster's Pharmacy are here to help. Drop off your prescription while you shop or WhatsApp us and we'll prepare it, ready for your arrival.
Whether you need prescription or over-the-counter medications, blood glucose testing, or advice on vitamins and supplements, we're here early in the morning to late at night. Both of our locations at our Camana Bay and airport stores are open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday to Saturday.
For more info, visit fosters.ky/pharmacy. Foster's Pharmacy. Better health because we care.
the voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. After the long weekend, the summary court is set to reconvene today at 10 a.m. Radio Cayman's Jevi Ebanks offers a preview of this week's docket.
The court, presided over by Chief Magistrate Angeline Hernandez, and Court 8 has a full schedule. Among the cases, Levon Rothwell Bodden is charged with 2 counts of disorderly conduct, including an incident at a police station, as well as charges of intentional harassment and failing to provide a name and address. Anita Brown will answer to charges related to criminal possession of property and transfer of property, alongside 2 counts of converting criminal property. Calbert Brown is accused of causing fear or provocation of violence, common assault, and resisting arrest. Sterling Security Solutions faces scrutiny for more than 20 counts of failing to pay overtime. Also appearing is Ronaldo Keanu Taylor, charged with burglary, handling stolen goods, and 2 counts of cannabis-related offenses. The proceedings will take place in the historic Old Scotia Bank building in Court 8. Jevi Ebanks, Radio Cayman News.
Rainy conditions are expected today, although they aren't related to a new system that the Cayman Islands National Weather Service is keeping an eye on.
As of 4:30 a.m., the Cayman Islands National Weather Service notes the National Hurricane Center's designation of potential tropical cyclone 1 to an area of low pressure over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. This system does not pose a threat to the Cayman Islands.
That being said, National Weather Service meteorologist Carrie Powery says you can still expect cloudy, rainy weather conditions today, with possible thunder showers spreading mainly over Grand Cayman. Radar shows a reduction in overall shower activity. However, the model still suggests that the Cayman Islands will experience about a half an inch to an inch of rain over Grand Cayman today, with the sister islands likely to experience about a half an inch of rain as well. Weather models show a consensus toward a gradual decrease in cloudiness and showers by tonight. Parents and guardians are being asked to prep their students appropriately for the inclement weather today. Department of Education Services Director Mark Ray asked that you make sure your kids have rain gear such as raincoats and umbrellas to help keep your kids dry and comfortable during their pickup and drop-off to and from school and during transitions between classes.
Additionally, school buses will make every effort to navigate side roads where physically possible, allowing for pickup and drop-off points closer to your homes and to minimize the distance your children have to walk in the rain.
Mr. Ray says the DES is keeping an eye on the weather and will issue further updates as needed.
The safety and well-being of our students are of utmost importance to us. We appreciate your understanding and cooperation in taking the necessary precautions to ensure a safe and comfortable learning environment for all our students during this period of inclement weather. Should you have any further questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact your child's school directly.
Now with the check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller.
BBC News with Govinda Gill. Police in the Kenyan capital Nairobi have used tear gas and water cannon against protesters opposed to a finance bill that would introduce new taxes. A number of people have been arrested. Earlier, the government announced a partial climb down, scrapping some of the taxes. Thailand's Senate has passed a landmark bill to allow same-sex marriage. The legislation now goes to the King for final approval. Activists described the vote as a monumental step forward. President Putin has praised North Korea for its support of Russia's war in Ukraine. He made the remarks as he prepared to visit Pyongyang for the first time in nearly a quarter of a century. A court in Estonia has jailed a former Russian professor to 6 years for spying. Relations between Moscow and the Baltic states have declined sharply since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. It's increasingly likely that the next head of NATO will be the outgoing Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte. The Hungarian leader Viktor Orban has reportedly dropped his opposition to Mr. Rutte's candidacy. The UN Human Rights Chief has warned the situation in the Israeli-occupied West Bank and East Jerusalem is dramatically worsening. Volker Turk said that more than 500 Palestinians had been killed by Israeli soldiers or settlers since the start of the Gaza war in October. A British parkour runner has caused anger in Italy after damaging a World Heritage Site while jumping between buildings in the ancient city of Matera. A runner from the same group was banned from Venice last year after a similar stunt. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin are the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio. Cayman, mark your calendars for the high-speed thrills of the third round of the 2024 C1 National Tour, Sunday, June 30th at South Sound Dock. Current division leaders Nathan McLean, Joshua Watler, Hayden Green, and Ryan Dixon look to defend their top positions on the open waters, but the rest of the pack is on the attack. Gather the family and enjoy a fun-filled day of thrilling races, delicious food, and cool treats. Admission is free. Be there to catch all the action live with the Cayman Islands Watercraft Association. Round 3 of the 2024 C1 National Tour, Sunday, June 30th at South Sound Dock, starting at 11 a.m. Proudly sponsored by Car City, Cayman Islands Coast Guard, Cayman Islands Fire Service, Pepsi, Fast Signs, J&M Equipment, Ministry of Youth, Sports and Heritage, Party Animals, Sea Breeze Charters and Jet Ski Rentals, Verdant Isle Farm, Health City, Cayman Islands, National Logistics, Onshore IT, Ministry of Tourism and Ports, Radio Cayman, and Breeze FM.
Let me tell you something. I've been fishing our island since I was a boy, and it's getting harder and harder to get a good catch. Maybe it's because there are so many more people in Cayman than ever before. Maybe it's because of how the climate is changing. I don't know about that, but I do know that I want to be able to keep fishing and teach my children to fish one day as well. So it makes sense to me that we have certain areas and certain times of the year to fish for certain things. It feels unfair not to be allowed to fish where my dad taught me to fish, but I know that being patient now means we can keep fishing for many more generations. We're all in this together, right?
For more info, download the Cayman DOE app or visit doe.ky.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by CG Britcade, where people come first.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 82 degrees. Relative humidity is 86%. The barometric pressure is 29.81 inches and rising. The wind is south at 6 knots. Overnight low temperature was 76 degrees. Synopsis indicate moderate southeasterly winds and seas will continue across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours as a ridge of high pressure lingers over the northern Gulf of Mexico. Further to our west, a broad area of low pressure will support cloudy, rainy conditions spreading into the Cayman area throughout today. A gradual decrease in cloudiness and showers is expected by this evening as the area of low pressure moves northwest into the Gulf of Mexico. Radar images show scattered showers in and around the Cayman area moving towards the northwest. The National Hurricane Center is issuing advisories on potential tropical cyclone 1. This system poses no threat to the Cayman Islands. For more information, visit www.nhc.noaa.gov. Now the forecast for the Cayman Islands for today, calling for cloudy skies with a 60% chance of showers and possible thunder, some of which may be locally heavy at times, possibly leading to flooding of low-lying areas, especially over Grand Cayman. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman can expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with a 40% chance of showers and possible thunder, and temperatures will be into the mid to upper 80s today. Your winds will be southeast at 10 to 15 knots with higher gusts in and around heavy showers. Seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. Tonight, cloudy skies with a 40% chance of showers and temperatures dipping to the upper 70s tonight. Your winds will be southeast at 10 to 15 knots and seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. Low tide will be this afternoon at 1:23, high tide tonight at 8:31. The sun will set this evening at 4 minutes after 7 and will rise tomorrow morning at 5:49. And the outlook is calling for continued moderate southeasterly winds through Thursday. Higher than normal tides are expected from tomorrow, leading to possible saltwater intrusion in areas that have historically been impacted by king tides. Fresh to locally strong winds and rough seas, along with an increase in the chance of cloudiness and showers, are expected from Friday morning, as a trough is expected to linger in the Western Caribbean. And that's the very latest on your weather report.
We were set to battle, and your Aunt Angie was leading the pack when...
Aunt Angie, what does this have to do with car damage?
Oh, right. Well, long story long. I took down the assassins and wound up inventing a new form of mixed martial arts. I became an international champion until one sore loser karate kicked my car. But I was covered with CG.
Covered for malicious damage and more. CG Brit K. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Brit K, where people come first.
Healthcare Pharmacy, caring about your health for the past 25 years. Radio Cayman's premier health show.
Alzheimer's and dementia, are they the same disorder?
Yeah, I think that's a very important question.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Is heard on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor, where they care about your health. Transfer and refill your prescription online. Visit healthcarepharmacy.com or call 947-8900. Healthcare Pharmacy, now with a second location in Governor's Square. Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health. The 23rd Annual Talent Exposition of the Arts, Tranquility, is here. Presented by the New Self-Help Foundation, Sunday, June 30th at the Harkwell Theater. Awesome performances by Rico Rolando.
Here we go again, there's something in this water.
Dream Chasers, Radiance Dance Studio, UCCI Dance Company, Centerpoint Dance Studio, Cayman National Dance Company, and more. Hosted by Anika Connolly and Lloyd Barker. Part of the proceeds from the Talent Exposition will go to support the training program of the arts. Tickets are available from the #1 shoe shop and Winner's Circle Sports. Prepaid tickets $15 or $20 at the gate. The 2024 Talent Exposition of the Arts, Tranquility, Sunday, 30th June at the Harkwell Theater. Gates open at 5. Show starts at 6. Get your tickets today.
Our diet plays a vital role in our well-being, and with diabetes rates on the rise due to unhealthy eating patterns, it's more important than ever to pay attention to what we consume. Left unmanaged, diabetes can lead to serious health issues like heart disease, vision loss, and kidney disease. Prioritizing good nutrition and working with a physician who focuses on prevention and symptom management can help keep diabetes under control and improve your overall quality of life.
Your health tip was brought to you by Total Health, comprehensive preventative health care in the Cayman Islands.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Good morning once again. Let's take a look this time at traffic. Traffic on Koo Road heading to Georgetown is slow moving, as well as on the Linford Pearson Highway. Delays expected. Coming off of Bobby Thompson Way, traffic also steady and continuing on to Huldah Avenue. As we look to the West Bay area, on the West Bay Road, traffic is steady but flowing heading to West Bay in front of the Ritz, and heading to Georgetown, traffic is moving on moderately. Coming from the West Bay four-way stop, no issues there as traffic is light to moderate, and light traffic on Win Roberts Drive. Edward Street, moderate flow of traffic, as well as on Shedden Road. And if you see any accidents or incidents, please give us a call here at Radio Cayman, 949-6990. Coming off of the Esley Tibbetts Highway, traffic is steady, some sections heavy, and steady traffic in both directions on North Sound Road. That's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes past 12. We'll give you another look at traffic.
From boat days to beach gatherings, leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway box to go with the option of 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips. For all occasions and celebrations, let Subway focus on the food so you can focus on the fun. Visit subway.ky for catering options. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
The Business Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller. If you're just joining us on this segment of the Business Buzz, and if it's still raining out there, which I'm pretty sure it is in some parts, remember to be cautious, be careful on the road, don't drive too fast this morning. We want you to get into work nice and safe. And I'm very excited because on this segment, I'm here welcoming our contestants for the Miss Universe Cayman Islands pageant. Toot, toot, toot. Good morning, ladies.
Hi.
And I know you had your very first interview with me, and that was on Talk Today a few weeks ago, but now we're on the Business Buzz. So this is actually my show now. So before I was subbing in, happy to know that was your first interview because I think we had a lot of fun on that show. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go around via my left. So if anybody's watching on YouTube, I don't know how you guys are viewing that, but from my left, I'm going to be introducing the contestants. And to my left, I have Reagan Ruddy. She is contestant number 4. And then we have Miss Brianna Wilson. She's contestant number 3. Followed by Janae Rambaran, contestant number 7. And Tracy Campbell, contestant number 6. Aaron Broderick, contestant number 1. And Tia McLaughlin, contestant number 5. Good morning again, ladies.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
No problem. I'm happy to have you here. I'm going to ask you to give a bit of a brief introduction on who you are and the platform that you're representing in the Miss Cayman Islands pageant.
Hello, everyone. I am contestant number 4, Reagan Rutty, and I hail all the way from the exquisite district of East End. I'm proudly sponsored by Kirk Freeport, and my personal platform this year is the Addison Kelly Memorial Scholarship.
Ooh, why'd you choose this platform?
Mental health is something that has always been important to me throughout my athletic career, and I want to continue to share the importance of advocacy and mental health throughout my pageant journey as well.
Okay, thanks, Reagan.
Thank you.
And Brianna, you want to give a brief introduction on who you are and what your personal platform is?
Sure. Hi, Cayman. I'm Brianna Wilson. I am from Savannah, but I have to say Bordentown. And my personal platform is highlighting and raising awareness for the creative arts in Cayman.
Okay, and you chose this one because?
I'm a creative myself, and I think it's really important for Caribbean islands in general to continue developing our fellow creatives and people who are artists and think differently. And, you know, not everyone is meant to be a lawyer, an accountant, or in business. And I think that's a good thing, and I think that's amazing. So I'd love to continue highlighting it on our island and see how we can just make it better and better.
All right, thank you. Miss Shanae.
Hello, everybody. My name is Janae Rambaran. I am 27 years old, hailing from our capital, Georgetown. I am proudly sponsored by LSG Designs, and my passion project for the pageant is the preservation and education of Caymanian culture and heritage.
And why did you choose this platform?
Well, as a second generation Caymanian, it's always been very important for me to just learn about Caymanian culture and heritage as a form of just learning my self-identity more. And I feel like we're in this space right now where people want to know more about what Caymanian culture and heritage is. So I want to use this platform to amplify current preservation efforts and just take people along a journey with me of learning.
All right, thank you. Tracy Campbell.
Hello, Cayman. I am Tracy Campbell from the beautiful district of Town, and I am proudly sponsored by APS, and I am your contestant number 6 this year.
And your personal platform?
My personal platform is health and wellness. This is something that I hold very dear to my heart. So someone who grew up with a lot of insecurities, I took the time to discover who I am, appreciate who I am, to be able to give back to my community much more. So I believe that if everyone around me was able to really just prioritize themselves and appreciate themselves more, that we just have a bigger community with kindness.
Thank you. Erin Broderick.
Good morning, Cayman. I'm Erin Broderick. I'm 24 years old, and I'm coming to you from Georgetown. I am proudly sponsored by Health City, and my personal platform that is very, very dear to my heart is the Alzheimer's and Dementia Association.
And you chose this platform because?
I chose it in honor of my grandmother, Miss Celeste Broderick. She was pivotal in the development of so many women in the Cayman Islands, and it is just an honor to be doing this with her on my side with this, and I'm really excited to be working with them.
Okay, awesome. And Tia McLaughlin.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tia McLaughlin, your contestant number 5. My personal platform to this pageant is United Against Bullying, and my sponsor is actually the Nail Bar, and I come from the beautiful district of Town. And the reason that my personal platform is important to me is because as a person who experienced bullying themselves and how it's so prevalent right now in our society, I really hope that everyone can understand what it is and make it so that Cayman, we are such a small island, like we should have a better understanding of what we're doing and how we treat each other, and even if that's just to be a little nicer to someone and understand words hold weight.
You can go a long way.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. Well, ladies, thank you for introducing yourselves and letting us yourselves, and letting us know what your individual platforms are as well. Now, the pageant as a whole has a platform that they support, right? Can somebody tell me about that, what that platform is, and a little bit of a background there?
So the pageant platform this year is the Cayman Heart Foundation, and what this organization does is they aim to educate, influence the community about different cardiovascular diseases.
Okay. Any history on the platform?
They were established in 2007, formerly called the Cayman Heart Fund. They have since rebranded into the Cayman Heart Foundation. As Reagan said, they do a lot about preventative measures, education, about cardiovascular disease, which include strokes and, of course, heart attacks. Something that I did not know that I am just spewing towards everybody is that cardiovascular disease is the number 1 killer in the Cayman Islands. That's something that I didn't know about. So I'm really glad, and I'm sure the other ladies are really glad, to lend our platforms to this amazing foundation and this cause to bring more awareness to what they're doing for our islands.
In knowing that cardiovascular disease is the number 1 killer for people in Cayman, has that made you kind of change a bit of your lifestyle or habits? And if yes, what has that change been?
I think for me, along with that statistic, it is actually that it's the number 1 killer for women, above any other disease, including every other cancer combined, which to me was extremely striking. And one of their statements that they say, which is really impactful, I think, is that your heart is your engine, and the same way with your car, where you would take your car in to check your engine. Nobody checks their heart, and yet your heart leads to every problem or disease that you have. So I think for myself anyway, it's more about starting conversations and having chats about it in my family to see where historically it might be running, if it's hereditary, and that will obviously hopefully lead to some healthier decisions, lifestyle decisions.
Well, I know you're running a little bit because I've seen it on your social media, right? We've had a little chat about that. Yeah. I was like, I was it in the morning? I was like, I can't do morning runs. How do you do this?
I know.
So that's one of the ways that you found that it's kind of influencing your lifestyle now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the pageant helps as well, knowing
of
that I'll be on
course.
stage in August. But I think on a whole, bigger than me, for my family, for sure, I've been having more conversations about it.
Any of you other ladies?
I would say personally for me, I didn't know that this can affect anyone. It's even healthy people it can affect. You know, it's not just, oh, I did this and did that and that's why I'm getting a heart attack. So for me, I think it's just the awareness of actually checking my heart. Like I wouldn't probably think before this to go and check my heart because, you know, you've been told and preached your whole life, like, you're young, there's nothing wrong with you, there's nothing, you know. And just making sure that you have that ability to say, hey, you know, this is the #1 killer worldwide, actually, not just in Cayman. But it's so daunting, and my mom was telling me about it, like, hey, you feel kind of almost bad about it because you feel like you can't even live your life, you know. Majority of these heart attacks and everything like that are from doing strenuous exercises, hot and extreme temperatures, taking a plane ride,
interesting, and
traveling to higher altitudes, like stuff like that, like climbing a mountain, hiking. Like you feel like that's normal things that everyone does, and I feel like it shouldn't limit what we do, but also make sure that when we do those things that we can make sure we check our health afterwards and make sure that we're all right, because none of us wants to just drop down from a heart attack when it can be easily prevented.
Absolutely. And you made a really good point, because you would think that, okay, I'm exercising, I'm doing something that is benefiting my heart, my body, and everything. But if it's like strenuous exercise, as you said, it could be one of the leading things, as well as a hot exercise. Now I'm thinking about hot yoga, and I'm wondering, and I already crossed Everest off my list, so I don't have to worry about that right now. But that's interesting, something to think about. Have any of you gotten your heart checked since you've joined this pageant?
Unfortunately not, but we do have a scheduled date for all of us to do the CPR lessons that they provide and health screenings that they also provide. So we will get back to you on when we do. We should. I sorry that we're preaching that we should check our heart and we haven't gotten
but you're scheduled to do so.
Yes,
so
we're scheduled to do so.
Okay. Now I know that there was an event not that long ago for the Cayman Heart Foundation. Can somebody tell me what that was about? Maybe Erin or Tracy, to hear from you ladies.
Foundation? Sure. So this past weekend, I'm assuming.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I just saw it, so I know something happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So we went to the gala for the Cayman Heart Foundation. They had some great prizes. We raised a lot of money. I'm not sure exactly the total, but there was a good turnout, and we had a beautiful time. They were selling raffle tickets and did some silent auctions. I think there were some heart heroes in the crowd as well. So we got a chance to really be in the community and be there, and so yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was a really nice event. They had a conference in the morning that Brianna and Reagan attended. I'm sure that was full with information about heart disease, but it was really nice to be there and support this organization. I think it's really important to spread awareness of such an important cause, especially for our island. So I'm really happy that we're all part of it, and we were able to be there and represent the Cayman Heart Foundation.
All right, so you two ladies were at a conference earlier in the day for that.
Yes.
What did you learn from that conference? What was that about?
So we were able to help out the different doctors, speak about the Cayman Heart Foundation at the stand that they had. We were running microphones around. Bree did more of that stuff. But it was awesome to see all the different cardiologists from across the world. They had a lot of doctors from Baptist Health, HSA, Health City, coming together, talking about research that they've done, and just spreading awareness of how to create healthier hearts and a healthier community.
Okay, awesome.
There was one session actually that was about AI and how that's going to be disrupting the medical field.
Ooh.
And the doctor actually said that AI is going to disrupt the medical field more than electricity disrupted humankind.
Wow.
Which to me was such a mind-blowing statement.
Wow. That is a mind-blowing statement. I'm like,
more than electricity.
Yeah,
so
I'm like,
I think some
that's
things that we can't
it could be parallel.
Yeah.
I think electricity was a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
it's hard to imagine.
so.
We wouldn't have AI if there wasn't electricity. That's how I look at it. So we got to go to our first commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with the contestants for the Miss Universe Cayman Islands.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center.
Specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
Stay ahead with Total Health for all your healthcare needs. Their state-of-the-art facility offers specialist consultations, diabetes and weight loss, women and child, ophthalmology, ENT, dental, orthopedics, physiotherapy, on-site laboratory, imaging, and pharmacy all under one roof. Total Health also provides comprehensive health checks for women, children, men, and senior citizens. Conveniently located in the Grand Pavilion on 7 Mile Beach Corridor. Experience a new era of preventive care in the Cayman Islands with Total Health. Because everyone deserves healthier living. Visit totalhealth.ky today and empower your well-being.
RC Fusion.
10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Radio Cayman. Biggest variety in the morning. Biggest variety.
RC Fusion.
Following the 10 a.m. news headline.
Brought to you by TCE Paint Shop, 27 Godfrey Nixon Way.
RC Fusion.
The Georgetown Farmers Market. It's time you start eating local. The market at the Cricket Grounds.
And My K&A Cleaners. Call or WhatsApp 326-3379 for your free quote today. Biggest variety in the morning. Radio Cayman. The Business Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
Business Buzz.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Business Buzz this morning. I have in studio the contestants for the Miss Cayman Islands Universe pageant or Miss Universe Cayman Islands pageant. And just joining us now is Kevin Dawkins, who's a member of the committee, and he is, as Kevin says, he's the stylist. He's the wardrobe consultant in this pageant. Good morning, Kevin. How are you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you. So if anybody, I've known you for a number of years here. So if anybody doesn't know, you haven't been opening your eyes because, yes, style is your thing for sure. So you are a style consultant here. What does that mean for the ladies here? Are you telling them what to wear, what not to wear?
No. I make sure that they're comfortable, but I make sure that they look stylish while being comfortable, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I like to make sure that the ladies, I don't just say, okay, wear this, wear that, whatever the case may be. So it's like in the midst of everything, it's like they're wearing the stuff, right? They're out there, they're doing. So I need them to be safe. They all look so lovely today.
They do.
And they look very comfortable, right?
Yes.
But stylishly comfortable.
Yes.
So you kind of give them the opportunity to say, well, they're all adults. They're grown, mature, independent, intelligent ladies. So you can't say just wear this, wear that. I don't work like that. So basically, it's like a collaborative effort. Do you like this? How do you feel about this? And I will say, okay, you might not like this, but try this and see. And they'll be like, oh, wow, I didn't know. So, yeah.
All right. Is there any, do's and don'ts? And specifically some don'ts when it comes to how these contestants should be carrying themselves when concerning their wardrobe?
I tell them, once you decide that you're going to enter the pageant, you're like a politician. You're going to be scrutinized. Everybody's looking at you, and we have ladies will tell them listen, I've been they entered the pageant 10 years ago, and they go on the street and oh, that's an ex-Miss Cayman contestant. People see them like that. So I say to them, listen, if you're make sure that when you're stepping out on the street, make sure that you're looking your best. Not saying you got to be having makeup and this and that all the time, but you look presentable.
Right.
So that when somebody sees you, they'll be like, I saw that girl last night. No, you don't want that. Yeah, you want them. As a matter of fact, I tell the ladies that, listen, let them see the crown on your head already.
Mm-hmm.
The way you carry yourself, the way you conduct yourself, how you present yourself. Let the audience, let the community already. When they look, okay, I can see it. Now they're saying it's anybody's game right now because of how these ladies have been conducting themselves, how they've been presenting themselves. The community is like, it could be anybody's game right now. So
I think that's great advice. Period.
Yeah.
You know, for anybody who wants to carry themselves and be considered, you know,
definitely
somewhat seriously in that sense. So really, your presentation does say a lot.
It does.
And a lot of the time, they say it's not how people perceive you, but how you want to be perceived.
How you want to be perceived.
Yeah.
And I was talking to a few people, like 2 people the other day. They called me about some job interview they had done and stuff like that. 2 of them have been in the establishment for a while, and one was a new entrance, right? So basically, I said, how do you? This is how you dress to work? Oh yeah, this is how I dress to work. I said, well, they're never going to take you seriously because they're looking at you. They're looking at the whole package.
Mm-hmm.
How do you present yourself? And it depends on the role that you're applying for as well too. So if you're applying for a managerial role or something that you're going to be in charge of people and stuff, then I shouldn't have to say to you, oh Kevin, that you can't wear that to work. You know what I mean? Because they're already looking at you. It's a whole package. They're looking at you. They're looking at your attendance, your performance, how you carry yourself. And let's think about it. When you meet somebody, you don't know their personality. You don't know you don't know their character. You're seeing them, and first impressions last. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. So you always have to make sure that you are presenting yourself in the way that you want people to treat you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We teach people how to treat us.
We do.
And that's just how it is.
Yeah. Whether we like to know
Whether
that
we like
lesson
to know
right now or you're going to learn it. That's for sure. That's very much for sure. There's been some changes to Miss Universe worldwide, right?
Yeah.
So we've had some changes, and of course that's those changes have been implemented in the Cayman Islands, right?
Yeah.
Can you let us know what some of those, I guess, major changes are to the pageant? We're used to the pageant being a certain way, certain restrictions for so many years, but it's opened up a bit.
Yeah, it used to be like, okay, you have to be unmarried, without child. It's a lot of restrictions, age restrictions and stuff. Now they've opened it up to everybody.
And gender too, that's changed.
And exactly.
Yeah.
So you could,
I don't think we have any of any contestants as yet, or will be for a while.
But we live in the Cayman Islands, so we're still kind of sheltered from certain things. But if it does happen, then hey, we just have
welcome.
to. It's welcomed. Yeah.
Yeah. And we did have that. I think we are contestants now, so it's different from that previous age restriction.
Mm-hmm.
Some married. I think somebody dropped out. So
unfortunately, there were just some unforeseen circumstances that she had to withdraw. But I've spoken with her and I've encouraged her and her family and stuff. I said, hey, we're here for you.
And she can still do it again, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's an example of somebody who does have children, and she was still allowed to enter. She can still enter because there's no age restriction.
We have some great ladies in the Cayman Islands where some of them have maybe had a kid maybe earlier in life or got married earlier in life, but you see them, you'll be like, why haven't you entered Miss Cayman?
Right.
Like, oh no, I've had a kid, or I'm married.
As if that's punishment.
That's punishment, right?
Right.
So it's like, now that everything's been opened up, it's like, okay, everybody's getting a fair chance to make sure that you step out on that platform if you so choose to. Yeah.
You've been with the organization for a number of years. I want to say as long as I've been here. I feel like you've been part of this committee, which is pretty awesome. How have you seen it evolve in Cayman?
Oh my God, it has evolved so much in the last 2 years actually too. But what I like about it is to see the journey of the ladies. So they start off the 3-4 months, and some of them are so shy and timid, and they're just embarking on this journey, and you see it, and then 2-3 months later they go on stage and you're like, that's not the same person. Or it's like you look at the ladies and you see the difference. You see the difference in how they carry themselves, how they sit at a table, how they interact with others, how they, it's just amazing to watch the journey. It's like you're seeing your kid and you're seeing them, they're crawling, and then next 2-3 months they're taking the first step and stuff like that, and you're so proud because you're like, And I try to tell the community, I was talking to a friend of mine, her daughter, you know, beautiful, smart, whatever, and I was saying, you should try and do this. And she's like, no, I'm not. I said, listen, it's not, entering the pageant is not about the glitz and the glam. These ladies are working hard. They're training 24/7s. Some of them have work. They have to get up, go to work, go to a training session, sometimes run back to work, functions, events on the weekend, stuff like that. They're doing things in the community.
Right.
So it's not just like you put on a gown and you go on the stage and you flaunt it. It's not that. And I keep telling people, that's not what it's about.
Right.
It's giving you a voice. Now they have a voice, of course, but you get to a platform where you're able now to say, hey, I have an opportunity now to help make a change or help make changes or speak, make my voice heard. There are other young ladies who, every one of these ladies here have had different experiences, and they can share those experiences. And you might have a little teenager or whatever going through something, and it's like, I'm the only person. But when they share their experiences and come together and they speak and their voice is heard, they're like, oh my goodness, I don't have to do this. I don't have to harm myself. I don't have to do this. If she can do it, I can do it. Or I can speak to this person. Or I can, so this is the kind of thing that we're trying to get out there
to show.
To show
right, and I think you are. I think it's awesome. So I want to ask the ladies. I'm going to turn back to the ladies now. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, too.
For that info there. And, Style King over here. If anybody needs some tips, I'm sure you can reach out to Kevin as well. And, maybe there's a consultant fee. We'll see if there is. There might be a commission fee on my end now that I've recommended him. All right. As Kevin was saying, it does take a lot of time and a lot of responsibility from everybody to be involved, and especially because it's a training ground for everybody right now. Shanae, I want to ask you, because as I said after our first interview, then I found out that you were Employee of the Year at the Cayman Islands government. Thank you. And then I was like, oh yes, as I pass your poster every time I walk into the admin building, I'm like, that is her. So congrats on that.
Thank you so much.
So it's a big thing to win in government, and I mean it means that you're absolutely performing at the top of the top in your position right now. Yeah. So I'm assuming that you're still keeping up that kind of level in performance at work.
Yeah.
But how would you say that what you've learned throughout your career so far and how you adapt that into training and prepping for Miss Cayman? By the way, this isn't part of those questions that I'm asking you. I know I already told you I'm going to have a little hot question to ask you later, but
yeah, well, for me, we kind of spoke a little bit off air. I started the service 9 years ago when I was 18, and I really was not interested. It was just more so a means to an end, like getting the experience and whatnot. But working in government has really allowed me to find my passion and my purpose, which is to serve others and serve the community. And I think that using that passion that I have is what has led to me getting this great recognition amongst 4,000 or 5,000 employees of being Employee of the Year. And I'm so grateful for the persons who put my name in rooms that I'm not in that thought I was deserving of that. But I say all that to say that the same passion that I have for my work and the community, it's quite transferable to using this as a platform as well. So the same passion that I have for that role is the same passion that I have for this role. And though it might mean some very long days and long nights, and trying to schedule in rest and quality time with others, it's really just been a great journey so far. We have a great group of ladies who support each other. We're always here for each other. I have a great support team at home too, and that makes the world of a difference. But I would say it's definitely the passion that I have for community that drives me to do the best I can in this journey.
Okay, awesome. Tracy, I want to ask you, you've entered a pageant before. How does this pageant differ, or this time differ, and what do you think it's going to take for you to, and from what you've learned to this point now, what is it going to take for you to bring it and hopefully take the title this time?
So this year I come with experience, and I think that is so important because last year I had my whole rundown of training and practicing and kind of just getting ready for final night, and then final night came and I had a blast. I had so much fun. Like, I hope everyone who watched that pageant can see how much fun I had that night, and that's just got me so excited for this year because I put in effort last year and I realized, okay, God's timing, that just wasn't my time. And this year I come at it, okay, Tracy, if you just put in so much more effort, what can you achieve?
Right.
And being someone who's who values health and wellness very much. I feel like building that confidence last year has helped me to find myself again this year. So I have this goal of continuing to find better versions of myself. So Tracy last year was confident, excited, and I come back with that, but just with a little extra pizzazz to it, you know? So I'm really just so excited to be with these new set of girls because it's so much love I'm surrounded by in this journey. I feel like we really support each other so well, and I feel like that just makes this journey so much more exciting. And coming with that knowledge and that experience, I'm like, okay, Tracy, it's really just about outdoing myself last year.
Okay, awesome.
Really.
We got to go to a commercial break, but when we come back, I have, I'd warned the girls before the show started. I said, I'm going to have a little bit of a tabletops thing, which is or table topic session, which is something we used to do in Toastmasters. I'm understanding maybe you're not doing Toastmasters this time. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but what's going to happen after the break, I'm going to ask each girl a different question. It's not going to be super crazy hard that you have to, break out a science book or anything, but I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to give you have to answer for at least 30 seconds, max 1 minute. So I'm going to see how you do. This is going to be a bit of a test so far of the public speaking skills, because it's going to be a very important part of your role should you win Miss Cayman Islands Universe, or should you come in a runner-up as well, right? So let's go to a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to go to these table topic type questions I have for the ladies.
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
Elevate your child's math skills with 100% Math with premier math tutoring services under the expert guidance of our renowned mathematicians, Professor Emeritus Romain Angelov and Dr. Mackenzie. Programs are designed to secure IB, HL, and SL math, CSEC A-levels, and IGC SE success. Whether your child aims to get ahead or catch up, 100% Math is your partner in achieving their academic goals. Don't let your child's math skills lag. Visit us at 100%math.com or call or WhatsApp 547-9817.
You know what I love to do with my family? Go fishing. I can put the bait on and cast and reel the line all by myself. My mommy and daddy say when they were little, there were plenty more fish to catch, but now there are lots more people fishing, so it's harder to find them. That's why we have marine parks now. They set some areas aside so the fish there can have babies and grow bigger. Then they swim out to other areas where I can catch them. Having the marine parks means there will still be fish there when I'm grown up and fishing with a family of my own.
For more info, download the Cayman DOE app or visit doe.ky.
The Business Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller. Business Buzz.
All right, welcome back to the Business Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and in here I have the contestants for the Miss Universe Cayman Islands pageant, along with committee member Kevin Dawkins. Now, right before the break, I said we're going to have a little session where I'm going to ask each lady a question. So I've drummed up some questions. Kevin, you look a little nervous. I'm not even asking you the question, but I'm asking each lady a question, and as part of their public speaking, because they're going to go on stage and they're going to answer a question or two, at least one question, and they're going to have to talk for a little bit. I don't know what their expected length of time is, but so this is a short little training here for you, okay? So I'm going to ask you to speak for at least 30 seconds and up to 1 minute max, and everybody's going to get a different kind of question, okay? Now I'm going to start with you, Tia. I know, right? Right? I'm going to start with you. So, if you saw someone being bullied and it was in a public space, not online, Would you stand up for that person being bullied? Why or why not?
That is an excellent question. I would stand up for that person being bullied because I would hope that someone would do it for me. So I don't think that being mean or bullying people is the right thing to do to someone. So if I personally can help someone else, they feel a little better and say, hey, that's not so nice. Like, I'm the type of person that I grew up and everything we say is, hey, that's not so nice. So we always kind of put that aspect of, don't be mean, that's not so nice. Let's figure out why you feel that way. And I'm hoping if it was a child or even an adult, I can give them a peace of mind to say, hey, I saw it. I saw what happened to you. It's not going under the rug, and I'm going to stick up for you.
Excellent. And you did that in, maybe 50 seconds?
All
so that was really good. Well done. Well done. Great answer. Brianna, I'm going to come to you next. Now, okay. Cayman is considered to have one of the highest cost of living in the world. And there's been a movement of younger Caymanians leaving the country to build life elsewhere. Do you agree that moving abroad will give a better quality of life? Why or why not?
Oh gosh, there's a lot of facets to that question. I believe that in some ways, yes, moving abroad gives you a different form of life, and sometimes that can be better. Just because living on an island, it can be difficult to feel expressive and feel like you can truly explore and be yourself and find your people. And so I think in that aspect, it's really good to go abroad, get cultured, find out about the world, find people from different parts. Saying that, family is everything, and it can be very difficult being away from your family. And I think that also impacts your well-being and your standard of living. Cayman is a very expensive place. However, it's extremely clean. It's very beautiful. We're extremely lucky to be here for the standard of living that we have. So although it's expensive, it's a give and take of what means the most to you, I think.
Oh, that's such a wonderful answer.
Right.
That would be a winning answer on pageant night for me if that was asked. And well, they might not ask that, but that was a great answer. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And Reagan, I'm going to go to you next. Dun, 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 dun. I can't read that well.
The
okay.
anticipation.
I had a really cute question. Okay. I need to find my question. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. If you had a time machine, what part of history or what era would you visit and why?
That is an amazing question as well. If I was given a time machine, I would love to go back to the early 1900s to see Cayman how it used to be. I think something that Cayman is struggling right now with is finding Cayman pride, learning about our history, and in doing so, I feel like we're losing a lot of respect for our country and our elders. But by traveling back and seeing how we used to live, seeing the true Cayman culture, and figuring out what true Cayman kind is, I think I'd be able to have a deeper understanding and respect for my country, and in doing so, using my platform of the Miss Universe Cayman Islands pageant to educate my fellow Caymanians and everyone living here about what makes Cayman Cayman.
All right. Excellent. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you, Reagan. And Tracy, I'm coming to you next. If I can find my question again. It's not that one. I'm getting to it. I'm sorry, ladies. I really did have this in my mind. Okay. In the past year, what would you say has been the biggest impact or change in your life in this past year? So from June 2023 to June 2024.
Honestly, I would have to say this pageant, because the confidence and the self-security that I built just experiencing what I did last year has just helped me become this new version of myself. I speak more confidently. I feel confident everywhere I go. I walk with my head high. I know how to strut in heels, and everybody just looks at me and can feel that vibrant energy that I give off. So having experienced learning to discover myself, and then finally hitting pageant night and being able to know that I gave it my all, and I was so proud of myself. And I've kind of just been able to I've just been able to enjoy that me that I discovered pageant night. Like, honestly, when the committee members tell you that you become a new person that night, I honestly believe them, because I just love myself so much more to be able to go on stage and, you know, stand in front of all those people watching me and judging me and still be so confident within myself that night. It's just helped me become and grow the Tracy that I am today.
Okay, thank you. And then I've got Erin. You're next.
Yes.
You ready?
Yes, I think so. I hope so.
You said that confidently, yes. If you could look into the future 20 years from now, describe to us what you see.
Ooh. I assume you mean in Cayman, and
you can take it in
the
Cayman.
world, and in community. In 20 years, okay. I think in 20 years' time, in the future, I'd see a Cayman that is progressed to be more conscious of the environment, more conscious of the people, and we have developed a sense of pride that is rooted in our elderly, in our roots and Cayman kindness. I think we'll have developed a lot of opportunities for young Caymanians to benefit from different industries outside of what is traditional now. We'll have a lot of creatives. We'll have tourism that is based on sustainable tourism. We'll have medical tourism where doctors are here, and we are excelling and global leaders in so many other areas. But overall, we have a sense of pride and integrity with the Cayman kindness that is rooted so deeply already.
All right. Thank you. Wonderful. Great answer. And I've got you last, Janae. You ready for this one?
I hope so.
Okay, now, because you're a government worker, so this one's coming to you.
Okay.
If you were a premier for a day, what would be your first couple of acts and why?
That is a great loaded question. Oh my gosh.
I hope the DG is listening.
The first thing that I would look at is a question that you've already touched on, and that's cost of living. We know and we've seen that we have young people who are trying to equip themselves with the necessary degrees and accolades by traveling overseas, but when they return home, it's a really tough time to acclimate back to living with your mom and not being able to afford somewhere, even though you have a really good paying job. You know what I mean? Not being qualified for certain things in terms of what we are able to procure as young people. So the first thing I would look at definitely is cost of living. I know that also the government is already doing great work on the amplification of our culture and heritage, but as that's my personal platform, I would definitely put some more work into that, trying to make sure that it is accessible from primary schools straight up until you're not out of school, and it is something that we're able to enjoy and be proud of. Like the other lady said, just be proud of our Cayman kind.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. All right, ladies, a couple of you went over the minute, but I think you all answered wonderfully. You had very good, succinct answers. You didn't know what was coming. They weren't the easiest things to answer. Some was a bit of a surprise for sure, but I think you handled it very well. And it's just a little taste of what's going to come to you pageant night, right?
That was awesome.
We've got to wrap up the show. But if there's any last words you want to share with people, we have 1 minute to do so. So you can each say a little something if you want to.
I'm just really grateful to be here with you guys. Like, this experience has just been so joyful so far. So I know I went through it already, so I'm just really glad to be sharing this experience with you guys. So thank you for having us.
We feel the same way.
Yeah, we have an amazing, we are sisters already, and you all have to come out on August 31st to see us be sisterly.
Give extra love to my sponsor, Health City, of course, all our sponsors. Thank you for supporting us.
All right. Thank you. The pageant is August 31st, correct, at the Westin. Where can we get tickets? Kevin, can you let us know that?
Tickets, yeah.
Oh, okay. Tickets are on sale at Funky Monkey, Finishing Touch, and online at Eventpro. Early bird tickets are $65, but after July 1st, they are $75. So go get your tickets now.
All right. Thank you, ladies.
Thank
so much for
you.
having us. All right. Thanks for listening to the Business Buzz. And we got to go to the 9 a.m. headline news.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice.
And 100% Math. Invest in your child's academic success. Visit 100%math.com or call 547-9817.
If they are talking about us,
Living in your head rent-free all this time.
we must be relevant. Radio Cayman since 1976.